Welcome everyone. My name is Erin and I'm going to demonstrate how to get your classroom up and running with Showbie. So we at Showbie are here to enhance the amazing work you do by making your day-to-day workflow easy, efficient, paperless, and engaging. So my name is Erin and I'm a teacher ambassador here at Showbie. So my role here is to help teachers that are new to Showbie get their paperless classrooms up and running. Now, I know you have a lot on your plates, so I'm here to make this process as easy as possible for you. And I do like to start my webinars off with a fun fact about myself. So my fun fact for you today is that I actually took a stab at a half marathon earlier on this year and came in 4th in my age category. Now this was my first time running this race and I really don't consider myself a runner, so I was very proud of that. Now I really love Showbie and sharing what it can do. So just a little bit of housekeeping before we jump in. We're going to be using GoToWebinar tools today. So on your browser, you'll see a toolbar. If you want to expand or collapse that toolbar, all you have to do is hit that little orange button. As well, I will be muting everyone during the webinar presentation today. However, if questions come up for you while I'm presenting, I will be posting my email and Twitter handle at the end of this presentation, and I do highly encourage you to shoot me an email with that question, and I'd be happy to answer those as they come in. So in today's session, I'll be talking about Showbie and the ways it can transform classrooms. I'm also going to go through some examples of exactly what Showbie looks like and how teachers start to see Showbie work and be the primary app in their classroom. As well, I'm going to help go through the basic setup with you. We'll go through how to create a class, add an assignment, and input resources so you can see how easy it is to customize the class to your needs. And I will be sure to tailor this presentation to the basic version of Showbie, since that's the version that you've signed up for. Now at the end, I will briefly outline some of the differences between the free version and the pro version, just so you have an idea of what those differences are. And then finally, as I mentioned, I'll leave my contact info for you at the end. So if you do have any questions, you can get in contact with me and I'll respond to those right away. So why do people choose and use Showbie? Well, firstly, Showbie works on every device, and it looks almost the exact same across platforms, meaning that if students use iPads at school and desktops at home, it's a really easy shift from one to the other. And with its simple and intuitive interface, Showbie is easy enough for primary students to use and powerful enough for post-secondary students. And it also ensures that students are engaged with formative feedback through the use of its amazing annotation features. So voice and video tools, commenting, and text-to-page all create an environment that's perfect for reflective learning. As well, it connects with virtually any other app. So Google Apps for education or iOS apps such as Book Creator or Explain Everything. It enables you or your students to pull content that you've created in other apps right back into Showbie. And then Showbie also enables instant communication. So students have the ability to give information to the teacher and for the teachers to respond instantly. They can differentiate feedback and make it personal and unique to each student in their learning. Now, we ensure it's still a private relationship, but we offer more opportunity for students to be successful. As well, we're organized all in one place. So there's unlimited cloud storage, which leaves room on the device and prevents it from slowing down. And this also allows students to access their work from any platform. And then finally, time is precious. So technology should not inhibit you, but rather enhance you. And Showbie aids in this by saving you the time it takes to manage your classroom, opening up space for you to focus on what's important, your students. So no more waiting in line for photocopying, sifting through papers for grading, or searching for students' lost work. It's all right there in Showbie. Now let's dive in. I'm going to show you a couple of exemplars here because I do want to familiarize you with the basics of Showbie. So everyone here has signed up for Showbie, and perhaps some of you have gone in and looked around at the app a little bit, and for others, maybe this is your first glimpse. No worries, I'm here to walk you through it. So on the screen, you're going to note 2 views. There's a teacher view on the left and a student view on the right. So teachers are going to have a more comprehensive overview within Showbie. So this will allow them to access each individual student's file, as well as all of the classes and assignments that that teacher is included in. Now, students, on the other hand, are only going to be able to see their own files and the work that they do, unless otherwise shared by the teacher. Now, this page in particular outlines what creating a class and having your students join looks like. So as a teacher, when you first create a class code is generated. And this is a one-time code that your students then input into their own accounts to join the class. Once these steps are taken, the students will be enrolled for the entire duration of that class. So there will be no need for the students to have to input that code ever again. Now, assignment pages are where the magic really happens in Showbie Basic. So on this page, I have my assignment. It's called Counting Coins. And I also have my students who've added themselves in. So with Showbie, assignments act as folders to store any content related to that assignment. And anything you want to add to Showbie, you can. So this could be resources, worksheets, documents, or projects from other apps. You can take a photo and upload it, use an image from your photo library, record voice or video notes, and upload documents from your Google Drive, iCloud storage such as Dropbox, or desktop computer, all by clicking on that plus icon at the top. It's simple, it's intuitive, it's really easy to navigate, and it allows you to cater the assignment content to your students and their needs. Now, everything that is put into the shared folder is distributed to each student in the class. So essentially, they all get their own copy of these items. They can work on it, add their own feedback, ask questions, and it ultimately becomes their own. Now, within your photo or PDF document on Showbie, teachers and students are able to annotate directly on the page. So at the top of the page is a toolbar housing all of the various annotation tools. So you can see that simple interface. It's clean and minimal, and it allows users to see exactly what each tool does. And of course, annotating on assignments is a simple toggle between tools on the toolbar. So that pen markup tool offers a variety of colors and pen thicknesses. And with this tool, students and teachers can write all over the document using either their finger or a stylus. As well, with the comment tool, teachers and students can add a comment right on top of the document. So it's similar to a sticky note. You can add it and then place it on the page in a location that corresponds with your comment. Similarly, there are voice notes. So teachers and students can actually record feedback or information that can then be placed on the page and played back to the user. So this is a particularly powerful tool for language and music classes, or for anyone that benefits from auditory learning. And it's an annotation tool that I think Showbie really excels at. And then you've got the text notes, which works wonders if, you're at all like me, you maybe have really terrible handwriting, or you just haven't gotten used to writing on an iPad or a tablet. You can actually input text right onto and within the document that you're working with. So as you can see, these tools work to create an engaged, collaborative, and communicative work environment that suits the needs of all students. And they're all available to you in Showbie Basic. Now, in addition to the shared folder, teachers can also communicate directly with students whose folder they are in, and no one else in the class can see these conversations. So in this particular case, I'm in Emma's folder, and that blue bubble there indicates a comment that's been posted in the shared folder. So that's a comment that the entire class can see, while that gray comment indicates a private comment posted directly to Emma within her folder. So this student-teacher back and forth ensures that students are still getting the individualized and personalized learning that they need to succeed. And then to the left of the page, you'll see that Showbie does a great job of notifying users when work has taken place within a folder. So the symbols on the side indicate different things. The paperclip notes that something has been attached or editing has occurred in that folder, and that red circle illustrates that the teacher has annotated on a student's work, and that blue bar beside Abby reveals something new has appeared in the folder that the teacher has yet to have viewed. So these blue notifications act like a roadmap for teachers to follow to find the new addition easily when they first log back into their account. So we say blue is new. And then finally, if there are no symbols beside a name, as is the case with Jason here, it can be assumed that he's not done any work in his folder. So I've just jumped through some of the basics, but I do now want to walk you through setting up your own Showbie account. And I'm going to use my own account. So we're going to go through creating a class and adding an assignment there as well. So today I'm going to be using my iPad, but Showbie can be used on any device. So Chromebooks, laptops, desktops, you name it. And although we do aim to be exact here, there are some minor differences between the iPad app and the web app. So for instance, when you first log in, this is what you're going to see. It's just an empty screen. It's waiting to be populated with classes. And the biggest difference you're going to notice between apps are the location of some of the buttons. So in the iOS app, the Home, Groups, and Student buttons are at the bottom left-hand side, whereas with the web app, it houses them at the top on the left-hand side. So just some minor differences to keep in mind if you are hopping between platforms. Now, do you notice at the top there's that yellow tag there? So Showbie is already prompting you to create a class. So I'm going to go ahead and tap that wrench icon and hit New Class. And in here is where you would input the name of your class. So for this example, I'm going to call mine Introduction, but you could call your class anything. Math 1, Math 2, Periods 1, 2, 3. However you structure or organize your class, it all works in Showbie as well. Now, underneath that name there, you see that code? That's the code that the students will be inputting into their own accounts to join the class. So when you create a class, the code that is generated is a unique code, so don't worry if it looks different than mine. It should. And then underneath there as well, you're going to notice two other features, Include in Portfolio and Allow Parent Access. These are two pro features, and that's something that I'll touch on a little bit later on as well. So once you've hit Save, Showbie will automatically push you into the class, where it'll again prompt you this time to add an assignment. So I'm going to again hit that little wrench icon, and I'm going to click New Assignment. And in here is where you would title the assignment. So I'm going to call my assignment All About Me, because I want to learn a little bit more about my students. And then as well, within this box, you also have the option of adding a due date. And adding a due date within Showbie is great because it allows for you to keep track of students who are completing work following that due date, as a late notification will be beside their name. Now for this assignment in particular, I'm just going to leave it open-ended. So I'm going to remove the due date. So this is more of a formative assessment. You can use it for just ongoing practice or extra work as well. And then underneath the due date there, you're going to notice three options for student access: locked, viewable, and editable. So locking an assignment enables only the teacher to see and access it. And this is great when you are either maybe setting up or grading an assignment and you don't want your students to have access to it or to see what you're doing. So if you want to prep for the week ahead by adding all of your assignments into Showbie, you can do that. You can keep them as locked until the actual moment or time that you want your students to be working on them. Now, setting an assignment to viewable allows students to view the assignment without being able to make any changes or edits to it. So this is a great option maybe following grading, where you might like your students to review their work and your feedback. And then finally, making an assignment editable means just that. Students have full access to the assignment, they can edit it, they can add things to it, and they can annotate on those files. And obviously, this is the setting to use if you want your students working on an assignment within Showbie. Now, student access is also really great because it allows for you to schedule these options to change automatically. And that can be done by selecting where it says Set Schedule. So perhaps you have a test that you want your students to complete. So you can set that assignment to unlock by making it editable at the time that the test begins, and then you can switch it to view only automatically at the time the test ends. So your students can see the work that they did in that past hour or 30 minutes that that test occurred, but then they won't be able to change anything following that switch to view only. So it's pretty cool. Now this is a bit more advanced, so I'm just going to leave my assignment open-ended for now. But everything that I'm showing you is in Showbie Basic, and you'll be able to use this as soon as you're up and running. So I hit Save, and again, Showbie has just gone ahead and pushed me into the assignment page. So in here is where you would see any of the students in this class. And as no one has signed up for this class, it remains empty. But I will show you a populated class in just a moment. Now I'm going to pop into the shared folder here. So remember, this is where resources and assignments are distributed to the entire class. So in here, I'm going to show you how you might add a few documents using this plus icon. So I'm going to start with the camera here. So Showbie will access your camera for you if you allow it, and then you're able to just take pictures of anything that you want to use or upload. So I just took a picture of a worksheet of mine. Showbie's prompting me to see if I want to use it. I said, yeah, I want to use it. And now you can actually edit it in any way that you want. So I'm just going to crop mine down just to clean it up a little bit here. And then hitting the check mark is just going to prompt Showbie to then upload it into your folder. And this is a really great option for teachers who might just be starting to transition to a paperless classroom or who want to continue to use their old worksheets. So it's really simple. You just take the photo, you can crop it in any way, and then it uploads it right in. So it saves you the steps that you'd have to take in scanning a worksheet, putting it into your computer or into a filing system, and then uploading it into Showbie. Now, I don't really like the name camera photo. I don't think it really speaks to this image very well. So renaming a photo is really easy in Showbie as well. So I'm just going to hold down on that, and I'm going to click rename. And I'm going to call this photo robot picture. Done. Now, alternatively, I could also pull a photo from my photo library if I'd like. And this is really great if you've got interactive assignments that maybe involve your students documenting different things around the classroom or the school. Maybe your students take their devices with them on a field trip. It's a really easy way of just holding on to items until you're ready to put them in. Or maybe they want to take a screenshot of something from the internet and upload it right in. Now from here, I can also post a voice note with some instructions for my students. So I might say something like, please upload a picture from your summer vacation so I can see what you've been up to. There you go. I've saved that voice recording in there. Now I can rename it as well, so maybe I'll call it instructions. So as soon as my students do join this class, they're going to go into this folder and they're going to see that voice note that's titled instructions, and they're going to know to have to listen to that, and then they'll understand why I've uploaded a photo from my Ireland trip, and they'll know that they need to upload a photo from their summer vacation that I can take a peek at. Now, if you're at all like me and you'd love saving documents on your Google Drive, you can also access those right within Showbie. So again, hitting the plus icon is going to prompt you to click the file, and then I'm going to go to my Drive, and I'm just going to pull whatever material I've got saved in there that I think is relevant to this course. So in this case, I'm uploading an All About Me worksheet that I can have my students then complete. And I might want to leave a little bit more instruction for them. So it's really easy and it's really simple. Now, if you're like me and you have clumsy fingers that result in you needing to edit something or change something, that's no problem as well. So within Showbie, you can also edit comments that have already been posted. So just like renaming a photo, you're going to hold down on that, and you're going to click Edit, and you're going to add that change in any way that you need to. Or alternatively, if you don't need the comment, a simple swipe from right to left is going to present this little trash button. You can hit the trash button. You can delete the comment altogether if you need to. So just like that, gathering resources and inputting them into Showbie is incredibly simple. It's very intuitive, and everything, including your resources and your instructions, is all in one place. And that means that your students are going to be able to find that work really, really easily. Now I'm going to open up this document so I can show you how Showbie's annotation tools really shine. So just like zooming in on an iPad or zooming out, you can do that within this document as well. So it's a simple expansion of the fingers or a pinch to zoom out. I can click on the pen tool here, pick a color that I want to use and a thickness. I can write my name. I could add a comment here. Or I can record a voice note in relation to what it is I'm looking at on the page as well. So you can see that annotating on a document is really easy, it's really simple, and because you have all those options, students can pick the annotation tool that speaks to them the most. Now hitting done in the top left-hand side here is going to bring me back out to the shared folder. So everything that I just did in that All About Me document has been saved in there. So I can go back and I can edit that, change that, or I can add to that document in any way. Now, popping back out into this class page here, I also want to show you a really great feature that's included in Showbie Basic. So if I hit that wrench icon and I click Class Settings, a great option for teachers who might teach multiple periods of the same course can copy a class. creating a duplicate of all the assignments and resources for a different group of students. So this way, each class would have the same assignment and the same resources, but each of them would have their own separate document and folder. And this is just another way that Showbie would save you time and resources. So instead of having to walk down to the photocopier and copy double the amount of worksheets and resources, it's all right there in Showbie. You don't have to hand it out to multiple classes. They just go into their own account. If they're in this class, they can just join and see exactly what they need to do. Now, with all of that being said, however, as a Showbie Basic user, you have an allowance of up to 10 active assignments at a time. So that means that when you're copying a class, this contributes to your overall assignment count. So you can see at the bottom there, Showbie says 1 out of 10 assignments active. It'll keep a count for you. So if you reach that 10 out of 10 assignment active, it's not going to allow you to create another assignment. But I'm going to show you a little workaround here. So if you do reach that 10 assignment limit, or as a teacher, you're maybe no longer using some material, such as this assignment or this whole introduction class, which might have only served you at the beginning of the school year, you can archive that class or those assignments to free up space for additional ones. Now just note that archiving an assignment or a class does prevent your students from accessing them. So just be sure that you're done with that work before you archive it. So there are 2 places that you can archive items. So you can archive single assignments within class folders by, again, swiping from right to left and then hitting that little folder button. Or you can archive at the class level by, again, swiping from right to left and hitting the archive button. And this is great because it opens up room for you to add more assignments or classes that are more relevant to what you're working on in the school year. And within a year of creating those classes and assignments, you can still continue to access them even if they've been archived. Now, barring that you haven't reached that 10 assignment limit, you can also unarchive those assignments. So to give you an idea of a slightly better or more filled out class, I've also gone ahead and unarchived my English 7. So in here, I've got a variety of assignments, and within an assignment, that's where you'd find your class list, and here's my class. So remember, as a teacher, if I post in the shared folder, every single student is going to have access to that comment. And on the side here, I as a teacher can see who's been working in their folders and who's not. So if I click on Veruca here, I can see there's a little indicator down at the bottom that she's been working on this document. So I can go in and I can see that Veruca has been doing a little bit of coloring, and she's also been working on the assignment, which is pointing out the figurative language in this story. So I've now given you an example of a fully set up class, creating a new class, and inputting new assignments. Now, if you do find that you are reaching that 10 assignment limit, that's a really great indicator that Showbie is working for you and that you might benefit from an upgrade to Pro. Because in addition to some extra features, it also includes unlimited active assignments. But for now, I want to stick with the basic version just to show you what it has to offer on its own. And before I jump back to my slides, I do want to show you one more really important feature that's included within Showbie. So you see that question mark at the bottom right-hand side? That's Showbie support. And this is where you can find help topics or speak directly to support staff. So the help topics button will direct you to a page on our site that houses some really awesome troubleshooting videos and resources, including our Getting Started page. And this exists to enable teachers and students to find the help that they need. Now, with that being said, if you do find yourself struggling with a very particular issue, you're always welcome to contact Showbie support. So here is where you can actually connect with a member of our team regarding the issue that you're having, and you can expect to hear back from them within 1 business day. So Showbie Basic provides the same wonderful and efficient ease of workflow as Showbie Pro. However, as you probably noticed as I went through the basic setup process, there are a few features that are exclusive to Pro. So do you remember that 10 assignment limit? Like I said, you don't have that in Showbie Pro, nor do you have a 1-year expiry. Showbie Pro users have unlimited access to assignments and resources. And that student portfolio is also a feature that's housed within the Pro version as well. So student portfolios enable students and teachers to save significant student works including documents, grades, or comments that can be accessed by the student or teacher for reflection throughout the student's entire education. And the groups feature enables teachers, parents, and students to communicate within a group. And this is a particularly exciting feature as it consolidates communication into one medium, encourages collaboration, and enables users to share resources. Pro also provides opportunity for class discussions, which often act as another medium for resource sharing or office hours. So teachers can enable or disable comments from students, allowing for complete control within the forum. And then finally, grading can be done right within Showbie using the grade book. So teachers can assign grades based on percentages or totals, pass, fail, or as formative feedback. So those grades can then be exported into any type of gradebook system the school may be using. Now, all that being said, Showbie Basics is an amazing tool to get you started with your paperless classroom. And I do encourage you to dive in and look around, as there's a lot to explore within the app, and I've only really skimmed the surface for you today. Now that does conclude today's webinar, but before I sign off, just a reminder, my name is Erin. My role as a teacher ambassador is to make sure you are getting the most out of Showbie. So this means that if you have any further questions, are looking for more resources, or need assistance in any way, I'm here to help. So that's my email and my Twitter handle. Feel free to reach out anytime. And if you have any feedback or feel like doing any sort of shout outs, our hashtag ShowbieChat is one we'd love for you to use. So again, thank you so much for joining me today, and good luck with your setup. We'll be in touch soon.